You're listening to Fast Facts Perio Edition. And now, here's your host, Katrina Sanders.
Hello, and welcome to Fast Facts Perio Edition. We're still here in Are You Smarter Than a Dental Hygiene Student month. And this week, we are going to be looking at the periodontal ligament and the pieces of information that, whether you believe it or not, we actually needed to know about the periodontal ligament in order to successfully pass our national boards exam. So when we talk about the periodontal ligament, one important piece to know is that the fibroblast is considered the most prominent cell within the periodontal ligament. That's an important one. Hygiene students listening to this, that is a boards buster. And it's important to know this because the periodontal ligament is absolutely a collagen or connective tissue-based fiber. This ligament surrounds the root, and we know it connects the tooth to the bone. It is suppensatory as a ligament attaching that tooth within the alveolar socket. So it's important that we have those beautiful fibroblasts there because those fibroblasts are responsible for both collagen synthesis and degradation. When we talk about the periodontal ligament, it is important to know that the ligament itself is not visible on radiographs, but we do know that the periodontal ligament space can be seen as a radiographic lucency that will surround the root of the tooth. The most important role that our periodontal ligament plays is that it resists the impact of occlusal forces. So it's basically a super fancy shock absorber. And we know that if it is resisting the impact of extreme occlusal forces, that's where we could see an extension or an enlargement or a widening of the periodontal ligament space. Okay, this is another fun one. The periodontal ligament attaches into cementum from the bone by Sharpie's fibers. Oh my gosh, do you guys all remember that one from hygiene school? And of course, we also know that the periodontal ligament will transmit occlusal forces. It does have sensory nerve fibers, so it can feel touch, pressure, and pain. It's also intended to be protective in nature. It protects the nerves and the blood vessels from injury by surrounding the root of the tooth with soft tissue. Within the periodontal ligament itself, we have a few different types of principal fiber groups. The first is our transseptal fibers. Transseptal means across the bony septum. That's basically what it means in Latin. Not that I ever took Latin, but I promise you I know that. The transseptal fibers will move across the bony septum. So essentially, it extends interproximally over that alveolar crest, and it's going to essentially connect two adjacent teeth. An important piece that we needed to know in order to pass our boards is that these transseptal fibers are the ones that are stretched or adjusted during orthodontic treatment. We also have the alveolar crest group. Thank goodness, those make sense because those are the principal fiber groups that will extend obliquely from the cementum, from the CEJ, right into the crest of the alveolar bone. We also have the horizontal group. Those move horizontally within that periodontal ligament space. We have the oblique group. Thank goodness that makes sense. They move obliquely. And it's an important piece. We also needed to know this in order to pass our national boards, that the oblique group is the group that primarily withstands masticatory stress in that vertical direction. It is the largest and the most significant fiber group. We have the apical group, which, again, thank goodness that one makes sense. It is located at the root apex at the base of the socket. And then on multi-rooted teeth, we will find the interradicular group. And that interradicular group extends from the cementum at that furcation site directly into the bone within a furcal area. So we will only find those interradiculars around multi-rooted teeth. With that, I think we've filled our heads with enough knowledge, haven't we, around the periodontal ligament, fibroblasts, occlusal forces, Sharpie's fibers, and our fabulous principal fiber groups. Join us next week as we conclude our monthly series here on Are You Smarter Than a Dental Hygiene Student Preparing to Take Their National Boards Exam? Once again, my scrub cap off to you, dental hygiene students, and may the odds be ever in your favor. This has been another episode of Fast Facts Perio Edition with Katrina Sanders. Please feel free to reach me on Instagram at The Dental Wine Genist or on my website, www.katrinasanders.com. Cheers.